let me down.
All right guys, Nolan here from the new facility 98 Sydney at the Royal Hall of Industries. Just going to run through today the new strength program. So I've taken over the lead for the strength program. I'm very proud to be part of the 98 team and doing so. What we're going to run through in this strength block for the next 13 weeks is a block kind of periodization. We're starting with some muscular endurance. We're then going to proceed into some hypertrophy, and then we're going to spend the bulk of our time working on that maximal strength. So what that's going to look like, we're going to have 3 weeks, then we're going to have a transition week. In that transition week, we're going to be focusing on some deloading some exercises, but also keeping up our volume and keeping up our strength in that phase as well. So that muscular endurance phase, which will be the first 3 weeks, it's going to be some higher reps, some lower percentages. I really want you to focus on keeping strict to those rest times. They're probably a lot less than we're used to, but that's what we want to focus on, lifting some moderate percentages with little rest. The primary lifts we're going to focus on through this whole phase are our bench press, our strict press, our back squat, and our deadlift. So by the end of this phase, you'll be focusing a lot on each of those ones as we go. When we do some testing in that 12th and 13th week, we should see some big bumps in those percentages that can flow through to our next cycle. Once we progress into our hypertrophy phase, that's building bigger cross-sectional area of our muscles, so we're building some size. What that's going to do is allow us to potentiate that when we go into our final maximal strength phase. We need to have some size in our muscles to be able to use that type 2 muscle fibers, those fast twitch fibers. So by building them in size, you've got more to recruit, so you can get the most out of it in that last 8 weeks of the cycle when we just go ham on that maximal strength stuff. So the maximal strength, lower reps, higher percentages, we're getting up above 85% there. You're gonna have a lot more rest in those phases. But to back up all that, we've got a protect line and then a grow line. So the protect line, what that's going to be doing is focusing on all the muscles that we're not using in our primary lift. So as an example, if our primary lift is a back squat, we're going to focus on some posterior muscles there. So some hamstrings, so some calves, so some glutes. So while we're predominantly focusing on the quads and the anterior portion of our legs in that primary lift, to protect that knee and hip and ankle and back, we're going to work on the posterior for our protect phase. Then to finish it off, we're going to go into some growth. So some old-fashioned hypertrophy, muscle size, building, arms, triceps, abs, core, everything to keep us big and strong. So I hope you look forward to this program as much as I did writing it, and please give me feedback as you're going through the program on how things are going, or reach out to ask any questions. Thank you.